Handegrift.
Yeah, for some reason or another, you sound a little taller on radio.
Is it live? Is it live? Is it live?
From Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. Welcome to the Monday edition Live at Lunch. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Charles Handegrift, Jimmy Ott, Max Gotro, Jordan Kinchin's back in the studio. We're excited to be here at the Collectors Clubhouse here right across from the Performance Center in the bottom floor of this huge facility. If you remember, Dick, so when it was in the facility behind the Mall of Louisiana, that was a pretty big store. Jimmy, how much bigger? You've been?
Oh, it's close to twice as much as
Yeah.
the old one back. It was set, near the theater and stuff like that. So been a few months over here, and man, it blows you away, man.
Yeah.
It really does. So I mean, it's awesome. So. Now I guess I can, get some of my pants and my son steals and takes back to college, and stuff like that. So try and get some of my, my joggers that I like to wear, Charlie, just are comfortable, So anyway, we're trying to drag Max off the track, man. 3 different bays over the Golf Performance Center, which is right across from us where we are at the Collectors Clubhouse. So, man, you have multi-floors over here. It's on the Blue Bonnet. The entrance is on the Blue Bonnet store. It's the old Sears location of the Mall of Louisiana. But, no, it blows you away with the LSU apparel, with the shoes, the House of Cleats, collector's items over here. Everything from, sports cards to, Pokemon cards to, just a little bit of everything. Soccer gear,
Disney stuff,
tons of soccer stuff over here. Golf stuff is probably might be the biggest increase in stuff from the old location here. I mean, just so much equipment and apparel, and that's what it is, man. Apparel. We've got apparel for every different. Even if you just like the way it feels, like I do, just comfortable, kind of a casual stuff that you can wear to work and do the shows and stuff, but also comfortable also. So just a ton of merchandise, ton of inventory that we have over here at Dick's House of Sport.
Lots of events, too, coming up here in the month of February. The Baton Rouge Zydeco hockey team is going to be doing a meet and greet here tomorrow night from 6 until 8. There's a Mardi Gras event that's coming up the week of Mardi Gras here with a big party for the kids, face painting, King's Cake, bounce house, foam party. And they'll also be offering some free Pilates classes near the end of the month, on the 21st and the 28th in the morning. So we'll be telling you about all this as we started the first of a series of shows here at Dick's House.
Yeah, we'll
of
be
Sport.
over here once a month for until further notice. So and listen, Charlie, they got things like the Zydeco meet and greet. Talk about possibly we'll know something a little bit later, maybe about the Savannah Bananas possibly making, but a lot of things. You were over here for the golf, the simulator stuff.
Yeah, they were doing a demonstration on just how the TrackMan technology works, and I watched it. But Max can give you the better kind of the better scouting report on that. He's our golfer. So
yeah, Jimmy, this might shock you, but I'm very much like to look at numbers and data when I come to a lot of my decisions, and this gives you the opportunity. TrackMan measures everything: spin rate. Driver swing speed, ball speed. It can get you set up with the best clubs that you need, but they also do a lot of lessons here. And they've got all this technology in terms of looking at the pressure you're putting into the ground to whether your shoulders, your upper body are open or closed, to where you're set up and things like that. It's so impactful for someone like me who likes to look at numbers and things that you can numerically see, as opposed to just hearing somebody talk. But Jordan's the PGA professional I was just talking to before we got on air, and he's very well immersed with this technology and how to help your game.
There you go. So, and popular place to be this with the weather as of late. So, the rock climbing for the kids, the facility, just tons of things over here, interactive things for visitors over here at Dick's House of Sport.
So a lot of different things over the weekend. A good weekend in college basketball in the SEC. LSU got a win in overtime against South Carolina. Kentucky got a nice road win. I thought, Jimmy, that the biggest, I don't want a huge story nationally, but the most impressive thing this weekend to me in the SEC was Texas A&M going into Georgia and blowing them right out of their own building from you talk about wire to wire.
Yes.
Yeah, they go on a 2-2, and then they go on a 20-0 run, and never trail this thing. They go wire to wire, and it's time to start paying attention to Texas A&M as a legitimate, I think, contender to maybe win the league. Certainly, Buckyball is alive and well. We looked at this stretch that they were coming into at Georgia, at Alabama, Florida, and said, look, you know what? You've built yourself a little cushion here. Just win one out of the three, and you'll be fine. The schedule eases up a little bit towards the back end. Well, they did that and then some. Georgia's a nice team. Georgia's a tournament team right now.
Plateauing a little bit.
Yeah, they're not elite, but they're not bad.
People
either.
are getting used to their style a little bit, and people are not used to, because they want to run. They're super high tempo because he rotates 11 guys, and which it's not something that White was married to because he didn't run that style. He was a very slow tempo guy at Louisiana Tech. Then he went to Florida, not kind of middle of the pack there, but he's adapted his style to his 11 deep rotation, and so that's caught people off guard a little bit going in. But they know what they're going to get out of them. They know they're going to get up and down, but nobody simulates. You can't simulate until you play Texas A&M. Can't do it with their pressure. I mean, I can never, even the most 40 minutes of hell. I mean, Cleveland State with Mox McFadden and those guys in the 1986 tournament. Some of the UNLV and some of their pressure. I mean, some of the more legendary pressure teams in the history of the sport. Nobody don't press out of missed free throws, missed shots. They do. I mean, it's just unbelievable, and it's a style that the whole roster is completely new. He was hired kind of late, so he had to build all the way through the late portal last year. So, but they talk about. He says, "Well, you think you ought to see our practices? These games are a joke compared to our practices because we can't sub in our practices when we go 5-on-5." So, talking about when you try and simulate something, you practice something that's way harder than you're actually going to have to do in the games, it is easier. And they're jumping on teams early with their pressure.
2-2 and beep, beep.
Yeah.
here they go.
Yeah.
I think that the country they're sleeping on them for a couple of reasons. Number one, Texas A&M has never been what you would call a basketball power. They've had some good teams, they've had some tournament teams, but like most of the SEC, it's a football school, so it's not like they went into the season with a whole lot of fanfare. It wasn't a very high-profile coaching change. It was more about Buzz leaving than Bucky coming in. The second thing is their numbers, their NET numbers don't wow you because we talked about this last week. All of their quad 4 games are at the absolute bottom. Their rental wins are at the absolute bottom, and they've also had 3 of their SEC wins are quad 3. So they played, the bottom of the league. One of their other non-conference games against Florida State, a Power 4 conference, Power 5, was also a quad 3. So their metrics may be lagging a little bit for things that, in my opinion, don't necessarily matter. Because I've seen them now. This is 3 road quad 1 wins in the league, and impressive.
That's the other thing. Their style is fine because, I talked about it with Alabama recently. The past couple of years because their style it's predetermined. They're not going to shoot any mid range. They're going to shoot the earliest clean, the earliest look they can get. Doesn't have to be super clean as far as a 3-pointer or a dunk or layup.
Yeah.
Well, this is the same thing. They know they're pressing. So all the distractions, you're less distraction when you have such a commitment to one style. It doesn't matter you play home, away, on the moon. And I got to think there's something to it, Charlie, because the they are immune to playing on the road. It doesn't seem like there's much difference at all.
They are the surprise of the league, in my opinion. But that road record is 4-2, which again, 3 of those wins.
Don't you think
4 of those wins are excuse me, 3 of those wins are quad.
Don't you think with all these new pieces, it just took a little time to fine tune? And don't you think they're coming into maybe their level of execution or their just their role identification? It's a system identification.
Right.
I think they're getting a little bit more command of it entering the regular season, because it's usually the opposite. The conference schedule is going to be much tougher than your non-conference, but they're playing at a higher level.
They're 7-1 in the league, and the game they lost was in double overtime at Knoxville.
Oh,
a game that they easily could have won. I thought they got
I'll go the shoulda.
Couple of bad calls at the end.
I had Tennessee in the game. A bad call. I mean, should not have won. I mean, A&M should have won that game. They should have won that game. And it's also misleading for our first game. 75-72, low 70s.
Yeah.
That was not anything impressive.
No, LSU had a chance to win that game.
And keep in mind, LSU, that's the first game, because Thomas played every game non-conference, right, Max?
Yes. And then
Okay, so I mean, this is the first, and he was a big part of what they. Who would you say was the guy they could least afford to lose?
Him.
Okay, and so that was the first game, and this is a team. I would have said this team's probably been 2-6 at this point in the league after watching that game.
LSU got a win in overtime in Columbia. Very, about like the score indicated, it was a very evenly played game. LSU was playing without Thomas again. Got a really nice performer. Rashad King went into the starting lineup, and I thought had a very good game for LSU. They also did a good job of, I thought, containing Michi Johnson. He had 21 points, but he had to work for him. They did a better job of guarding the three-point line than they had. Now, South Carolina's not very good. Let's be honest about it. But they bombed LSU in Baton Rouge. So this is an improvement. Tigers get to the turn at 2-7. So nice. It's nice win, but still a long way to go for them.
For what it's worth, yeah, South Carolina's bad, but LSU was the better team on Saturday. Second time in a row, and I can't remember since where we had to go find a conference game in basketball, because they've always on, and you could find it, but you had to go work. So the second time they had put it on SEC Plus. I don't know if that was any different because they moved the time up from 5 or 6.
5 to noon.
5 Central to
Yeah.
noon Central,
Mm-hmm.
6 Eastern to local time, 6 Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern, Columbia, South Carolina local time. But but this is 2 in a row, and I mean, if there's a candidate to slide to the streaming platforms, I mean, this is the one. But LSU was winning most of the game. This would have been a tough loss had they lost, because they were in control for most of the game for two non-starters as far as the league
This was the best game in terms of ball movement without Thomas. You had 23 assists in this game, and that's just something that this offense has struggled mightily without him in terms of just getting open shots and moving the ball around.
And in the last,
so he's out again. What happened there?
It's foot injury. We haven't gotten much answers.
Same injury?
It's I would presume. I don't think we've gotten a firm answer on that yet, but yeah, it seems like something that's bothered him in the past in his career at a previous stop, UNLV. So maybe something that will be reoccurring throughout the year. But he didn't have a walking boot on the sideline there.
that movement of the basketball, when they were going back and forth in the last 4 minutes, I thought maybe one of their best possessions was to get McKinnon, their best shooter, on open look. He buried the 3. That made a 2-possession game with 20 seconds or so to go. That was a that was a shot that they needed to go down, and they were better defending the 3-point line in this game. They're not great at it, but they were better, and they made some threes.
Well, they took that out of the equation at the end. So we're going to foul you up 3. They didn't let him put up a 3. They fouled him at the end of overtime. And the guy
end of overtime, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a situation. I mean, it was about 10 seconds to go, and he decided to foul before they even got to midcourt.
Yeah.
And the guy missed the first
Missed the
one, so he
first
had
one.
to miss the second one. How about the missing the second one?
didn't come anywhere. I think it hit over the square.
It was 2 feet from the rim.
Yeah, I mean, it literally hit the backboard over the square, I think.
He couldn't have known the rule.
No, there's no way. I mean, he couldn't. If he knows that ball's got to hit the rim, he's not putting it that far.
For those
I mean,
keeping track, LSU got some support. They went off as 3.5-point favorites in Columbia, so they got some support
the
there.
cover.
3.5
There you
points.
go.
That was a
Here's
dunk at the
one
end.
more buckyball. This is as advertised, his tempo. Last 2 years, thank you, Max, at Samford, 365 teams. 8th and 24th in tempo in 24 in the last 2 seasons. So he took his last minute roster that he put together and forced him into it. And isn't that funny? Because Buzz left him, which they wouldn't want to lose Buzz. I mean, they were legit, but they went completely opposite because Buzz Williams is near the slowest on tempos, not even close. He wants to bully it. He wants to physical. He wants to pound. He's almost Houston Light. He offensive rebound. They're going to look ugly, and they're going to pound the offensive glass. And this guy, buckyball, is fast pace. I guess of course, the one I failed to mention was Loyola Marymount back in their day.
That's the king of all pace.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, you mentioned tempo, but another number here, and I mentioned this before with buckyball, but this is the NBA-ification, if you will, of basketball. Their average 2-point attempt in terms of feet from the basket has been third in the country, third fewest at Samford, and 12th. This year at A&M, they're also top. They're second. All they do is take shots around the rim and take threes.
We've seen that with Oates. Oates has introduced that to the SEC, and we've seen that for several years. And they're not the only ones doing it. But what they're not doing, when everybody else is not doing, they ain't pressing like this.
No.
Nobody presses out of missed shots. Nobody.
We're here at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. We're in the Collectors Clubhouse on the bottom floor of the facility. Sports memorabilia, trading cards, collectibles, everything from Pokemon, Disney trading cards, and all of your sports cards and memorabilia right here in the Collectors Clubhouse here at Dick's House of Sports. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Baton Rouge, get ready for a fiesta of flavor. Whether you're craving sizzling fajitas, cheesy enchiladas, or the best margaritas in town, Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill have you covered. Bring the family, bring your friends, and bring your appetite. From fresh guacamole to mouth-watering tacos that hit just right, it's not just a dinner, it's a celebration. So why wait? Tonight, make it Las Palmas or make it Rio Cantina, 2 local favorites serving up authentic Mexican taste right here in Baton Rouge. Las Palmas Mexican Grill and Rio Cantina Mexican Grill, where every night's a fiesta.
At Town Square Pizza, we take pride in serving Baton Rouge with fresh, delicious, piping hot, personalized pizza with unmatched speed. Whether you're a downtown worker, a family looking for convenience and value, or an out-of-towner staying at one of the nearby hotels, Town Square Pizza is the spot for you. Try a specialty pizza like the Spanish Town Supreme or custom build your own. Family packs, kids' meals, and salads are available as well. It's hip to be square at Town Square Pizza, downtown facing. What else? Town Square.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars: Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources, we'll help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank. Member FDIC.
If you're near the north side of campus, I need to remind you about a couple of longtime favorites. Highland Coffee's the original specialty coffee shop in Baton Rouge since the 1980s. My personal favorite. Love getting my cappuccino from their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Roasted right in the shop. Louis Cafe for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. The Mitchell omelet, Cajun hash browns, Big Cheesy Lou, all served up in that famous open kitchen atmosphere. In Tigertown since 1941. A couple of great spots. Highland Coffee's and Louis Cafe just outside the north gates of LSU. 1950, Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to another level at the current location in South Downs. It's always been a Baton Rouge landmark. Seafood, oysters, po' boys, burgers, and more, all served up in an atmosphere full of sports nostalgia and tons of TVs to catch all the games. Seafood gumbo, crawfish cheesecake, or my favorite, the meatball quesadilla to start. Check out dinner and bar specials at philsoysterbar.com. You know we bleed purple and gold at Phil's Oyster Bar in the South Downs Shopping Center.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana-Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny.
And we return here at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. Stop by and say hello. We are in the bottom floor here at Dick's House of Sport in the Collectors Clubhouse right across from the Performance Center. The TrackMan bays are available for you. Work on your golf swing. Max endorsed.
I know they've got similar numbers in the batting cages, too, on the other side from where we are on the first floor. So if you're into that baseball, softball, you want to look at the numbers, I'm sure they have it as well.
They've got a great stuff. Look, you get to fit everything. It's for beginners, too. I mean, you don't have to try and, it's basically like getting, custom clothes or getting off the rack. I mean, no, they're going to fit you for your first set of clubs over here. The apparel's incredible. I mean, I know a lot of avid golfers that they come for all their gear over here at Dick's House of Sport now.
Some more basketball stuff. I'm going to get into the rest of the SEC, but got to give a tip of the hat to the ladies yesterday. That was a ranked Alabama team that came to Baton Rouge, and LSU beat them by 40.
I saw the score, and then I'm like, oh, wait, there's a little 24 by that Bama, huh? It's like, okay. Yeah, so they treating the conference opponents like their non-conference schedule, huh?
Look, they went to Georgia, who was a ranked team, still is a ranked team, beat them by 21 in Athens. They went to Oklahoma, who is a top 10 team, beat them by 19 in Norman. And this is a top 25. Alabama's NET before
getting better,
yesterday.
Charlie.
It's
They're getting better.
They
a little transition,
out.
as they should, when you have such a step up in class. I mean, you can't go from Jefferson Downs to the Kentucky Derby, and that's basically what they were doing with their non-conference schedule to the SEC. But now they're in the swing of things, and now they're hitting their stride because, they're pulling. You watched the Texas game, huh? That was kind of an ugly game, and one of them they kind of had to maybe utilize the home crowd or whatever, kind of
grind it out.
Oh, what they did in Oklahoma, the way they played Oklahoma, and watching Oklahoma play at Texas yesterday, yeah.
The rematch with
Yeah,
Texas.
they're playing at a higher level now.
The rematch with Texas is Thursday in Austin.
We'll whoop them there, too.
So here's your next 3 games are at Texas, at Auburn, who's a little bit better than 500, and then South Carolina comes here on Valentine's Day. ESPN's College Game Day for the women will be here for that game.
It's a Sunday.
It's a Saturday night. It's a Saturday night on Valentine's Day. And
What's the record against South Carolina?
Mulkey has
9
not,
out of 10 or something.
They have not beaten South Carolina since I think 2014. It's been a long time, and Mulkey does not have a win against Dawn Staley
since 2014.
No, that's what I'm saying. Mulkey doesn't have a win since she's been here.
Okay, what's her record since she's been here against South Carolina? She's 0-6.
0-5 maybe.
Play them.
They play them twice this year, but
and played them in the
I'm sorry,
conference
they
tournament before too.
I'm sorry, play them once this year. South Carolina's 21-2, and they lost at Oklahoma, where LSU won. Their other loss was to Texas, but it wasn't a conference game. They played them in Las Vegas in a pre-conference tournament. So it's LSU very much looks like the ladies. They could very easily end up back in the Final Four. Their net today is 5. 3 SEC
there you go,
teams
Max.
in the top
Not
5.
too late to shift your tickets, your season tickets to the ladies. There we go. That's where we are.
Can I ask you about Kentucky? They go to Arkansas and got a nice win. Back on the men now. They get to 6-3. They're about as hard of a team to figure as I can come across in the SEC. Just when I think they're bad, they play good. Just when I think they're good, they play bad.
Last year, remember when Arkansas went into Rupp? It was Calipari's return. Their record was conference record was 1-6 at the time. They were double-digit dogs, and they won outright. And it really wasn't a shocker. Of course, Calipari says, "My team told me to go win this for me, coach." Okay, he likes to. You never know what's honest when it comes out of his mouth. But anyway, there's role reversal. Pope, and I watched the game, and I thought Arkansas would blow them out. I don't think this Kentucky team's that good, and maybe this is a turning point for that team because that was an Arkansas team that surprised everybody, beat St. John's, and went to the Sweet 16. And another team. It was 4 of the 8 in the Elite 8 last year from the SEC, and should have been 6 out of 8. Ole Miss and Arkansas blew their games in the Sweet 16 last year, and they blew it against Texas Tech. So, yeah, it was no fluke that Kentucky went in there and won as comfortably as they did, Charlie. It was a big surprise to me, but will that kickstart their season now?
Yeah, and I don't know because, like I said, every time I feel like I got a handle on Kentucky, they do something different. They made Acuff work. Acuff is a top 6 or 8 player in the country, and they made him work for his shots. And the outside, the perimeter game especially, Kentucky's defense was quite good.
Well, sometimes it gets a big challenge gets the attention of your roster, and you perform. What's that, Max?
Bit of a ref show in that game, unfortunately.
Oh, they had basically a parade to the free throw line for both of them, and both of them missed a lot of free throws. Both of them missed, I think, double-digit free throws or right at double-digit free throws. They missed a lot of them. Yeah,
First loss for Arkansas at home, huh?
That sounds right. Yeah.
So, it's not a game. It's not a game. You think this is just not. Okay, here comes the bigger. Kentucky's got the payroll, but the team's not, and they have some injuries too, but they're not close. I mean, I was looking at somebody's mid-season report or whatever. Different grades and things like that, and Kentucky's pretty much most people's national disappointment. So far this year. Preseason top 5? 10 for sure.
Yeah, it was top 10, I think, is what it was. You can check me on that. But at the midway point of the SEC season, Lenardi's got 10 teams. Now, he didn't update it after Saturday's game, so
It'll come tomorrow.
It comes tomorrow. But 10 teams from the league. And this was before Texas A&M's win on Saturday. He had A&M as an 8 seed. Yeah. And again, the metrics don't help out Texas A&M.
The non-conference schedule was they were not in. So Kentucky preseason number 9 in the AP.
Yeah. So 10 teams. Does that sound about right?
Said 7 to 10.
7 to 10. So you're on the high side right now.
Don't forget our friends at Legacy Title. Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title for all of your real estate closings. 296-0060. Full-service title company servicing all of South Louisiana. Fast, friendly, professional services, which you get when you deal with our long-standing staff. Our team of Ashley Donald, Adrian Galata, Michael Platt, Mariana Haynes, Natalie and Bradford Smith, buying, building, refinancing. Nobody chooses but you. It's Chad Reynolds, Legacy Title, 296-0060.
Live at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. Yeah. Going to get you on that rock climbing wall before we
No,
Yes,
no,
let's
that's
do
in
that.
the rear view mirror.
Live at
No,
lunch.
just you talk to Chip. He's
Charlie
joking.
Charlie on a unicycle.
Funny guy.
Jimmy on a rock.
104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Finbom, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. An authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummings generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance and Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt.
Sammy's Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. Right now, we're boiling crawfish 7 days a week. Monday through Friday, first batch comes out at 5 p.m. Weekends at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road near Starring since 1988. Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Tigers, Saints, Southeastern Conference, all in one place. LouisianaSports.net. No paywalls, no article limits. It's just the coverage the Louisiana sports fans want. Bookmark it today. LouisianaSports.net. Jimmy, Charlie, and Troy. Three best buddies sitting around talking sports bets. Let's welcome in Troy Macker from Bet Rivers.
Troy, what you doing, buddy? We're over here at the Dick's House of Sport, man. They got the golf simulators. They got the rock wall. I mean, they got all kinds of things to do that are climate control, huh, Max?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, what you been doing, huh? You been throwing darts with the kids, huh? What's going on?
Luckily I don't have a lot of hair because I'm pulling it out. We're actually it's nice weather up here in the Mid-Atlantic. You know, it's a balmy 37 degrees today. It's the highest it's been in about a week and a half. So yeah, you know, I may get out the chaise lounge chair and catch some rays because the weekend it was around 12 to 15 degrees. So not ideal for getting out of the house with some kiddos.
Were they able to run around the snow a little bit at all, huh? Or are they too young?
They're a bit too young, and the 4 inches of ice on top kind of made it hard for them to.
Okay.
Yeah, and we got the youngest one has never been in a snowsuit before, so maneuverability is pretty low. It's like the first time you play Pop Warner football. The pads don't really work, and you can't really move around. If you fall down, you're like a turtle. You can't get back up. So we'll circle back to next year and try again.
Like the little kid in Christmas Story when he was kind of mummified, if you will.
What was his name? Ralphie's brother. Yeah.
Give me a minute, I'll think of it. Only watch the thing every Christmas. Oh, gosh.
But anyway, you watched some college hoops this past weekend. Your biggest takeaway before we get to some of the Super Bowl props.
Yeah, I was really heavily on Arkansas. To beat Kentucky. Kentucky has been just a very odd team, but this is a takeaway I've had before. But Mark Pope's team can fight. You know, I don't know if he's a world class coach, but those guys will fight for him. And right out of the gate, this wasn't a get down by 15 points and have to fight back. This was go on the road at Bud Walton Arena, which is a very hostile venue against, obviously John Calipari, and they came out swinging, and that was very impressive. And that's a win they need because, those middle of the pack teams, teams that are going to be, right around the bubble, they're not getting big wins at the elite of the elite because the elite of the elite, the top 10, 12 teams in the country are not giving those losses up. I think really the only one is like Wisconsin over Nebraska or over Michigan, excuse me. So, while Arkansas is probably in that 15 range or so, this is a very important win. Obviously, I was very surprised at the dichotomy of the two halves of Illinois and Nebraska. Nebraska scores 33 of the 39 points in the first half from beyond the arc, but it was the same thing that happened in the Michigan game. They struggled in the second half, and we know that Illinois is a very, very prolific shooting team, and obviously could be now in the outside discussion for a number one seed at this point. Certainly things can change, but the Illini are a really good team. They play very slow, but they can score, and they have guys who can shoot the ball, and they're a good offensive rebounding team, which will really help. You
don't often see the road team shoot 26 free throws and the home team shoot 5. That's what happened yesterday with Illinois and Nebraska.
Yeah, I want to put a little bit of an asterisk on this little slide. Nebraska was going to lose at some point. Okay, that the Big Ten's way too good. But when Mast, who did not dress out at all because he had the flu or whatever, Joe, when he got back to Lincoln, he went straight to the hospital. Okay, and he was 2 for 10 from the floor yesterday for 5 points and had 4 rebounds. He's the team's leading rebounder and their second leading scorer. And so he's a big part of what they do, especially because, they got the other shooters. I mean, Hoiberg's a nice little story, but, man, he can't be carrying your team and keeping them around as much as they were. And the kid who scored 43, a couple of games ago for Illinois, Keaton Wagler. I mean, skinny, just doesn't give a – but damn it. I mean, he can shoot, man. I mean, he is fun to watch shooting. He didn't get going until the second half yesterday, and they were losing that game at halftime. So, we've seen Illinois now go to Purdue. That's when Wagler scored 40-something. But I'm not ready to just say, okay, Nebraska's back to earth now. I mean, this is a little – they got to get this guy back. He's, taking fluids. He's trying to get his strength back, but he's just not right. Since hitting the flu bug on the way to Ann Arbor.
Yeah, and these things typically come in twos or sometimes threes, is like Vanderbilt's case. Obviously, Purdue went through a little bit of a slide. Now Nebraska was in that top 10, which is a echelon just above. But let's look at their losses. Without Rink Mass, their best player, who is a dynamic, 7-footer who can shoot at number 3 Michigan and home to number 7, number 9 Illinois. Like if those are the 2 games you're going to drop because of a flu bug, and also Braden Frager, their sensational freshman, who's a dynamic playmaker from the outside. He's been injured the last 2 games. If those are the 2 games you're going to drop, like if people are now saying they're back down, coming back into orbit, like I think that's wrong. Those are 2 of the best teams in the country.
It was interesting. Well, if you're sensitive about bringing a guy that played college, is in the G League for 2.5 years, and then he's back, don't go to the O'Connell Center. Or now they have it called something court also. It's something arena, Equibase Arena.
Billy Donovan Court, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's Billy Donovan Court. Yeah. It's O'Connell. It's the O'Connell Center, and now it's Equibase Arena, I think. Okay. And because
it's the O-Dome.
What's that?
It's the O-Dome. It's like Heinz Field. I'm never calling it whatever it is.
Here we go. The Billy Donovan Court in the Exact Tech Arena at the Stephen C. O'Connell Center. That's a lot.
There you go.
That's a lot for a rejoin.
Yeah, don't ever change the name of the ketchup bottle, huh? The toughest place to kick field goals. But no, I'm with you. So it's just it's the battle, man. It's a struggle. I mean, you got to try to find money to pay the players now. So it's just the way it is. Troy, what about the Super Bowl? What's some of the more popular prop bets that you guys take on a yearly basis with the Super Bowl? So many pages because it can be overwhelming.
Yeah, Ken. What we're seeing this year, and I love it, is a lot of it's in the touchdown score market, but it's any other player that isn't listed. Or we've also seen, offensive linemen to score a touchdown, and that is at 30-1, I believe. And it makes sense. Who's the Patriots head coach? Mike Vrabel. He's caught 21 passes in his career, and what was he, a linebacker? And he caught 21 passes in his NFL career, all 21 for touchdowns. While this isn't exactly a bowl game where you just unload the clip and whatever trick plays you haven't used during the season you use, we have seen a little bit more usage of flea flickers and trick plays. Obviously, the Philly special, as we all remember. And if I had to go on a prop, it would be for Mike Vrabel, if they get to the goal line, to give a short pass to someone who's not a skill position player. So we've seen a lot of tickets and bets in the $100 to $500 range on those, and I tend to really like that. Obviously the coin toss is always a very popular bet. It ranks in the top 10 for tickets and money in each side. It's minus 103 on either side. For a true 50-50, I really don't like that there's any juice. I think it should be even money across. That's just me. The coin toss has landed on tails in 31 of 59 Super Bowl coin tosses. And, tails never fails. 55% of the money, 57% of the tickets on tails.
People that talk to some tellers are like, they bet it just because they want to come to the window and say it. Tails never fails. Yeah. I mean, it just,
Right.
It just.
And it's the first bet to catch.
Jimmy,
I'm sorry, Troy. I know
my
my standards might be low, but even I have standards.
Well, Jimmy, I figured you'd be fading the public action and taking heads.
No, Max. No, Max. I'll take your action if you want to lay any type of juice on a flip of a coin. Okay,
Troy. The ones I hear most are 2-point conversion, yes or no, overtime, yes or no, and somebody besides the 2 starting quarterbacks to throw a pass. Or to complete, and the octopus, which has happened twice, maybe.
It happened recently, which, by the way, is same player scores a touchdown and the 2-point
conversion. Those are the ones I hear the most about, I think.
Yeah, and I love the over 2.5 players to record a pass. Now, pass attempt, and so the thing I bet this basically every Super Bowl, and the thing is always.
Oh, did we lose Troy?
Might have lost him. Bruce Marshall put us on that a long time ago, 8-10 years ago. The 2.5 people to throw a pass. The odds used to be really juicy on that. They no longer
guess what? You think Brady was really quick? That was not one of his strengths, huh? Tom Brady? No. He caught one against Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
simple point. Vrabel played for who?
He's back.
Belichick, of anything. Belichick did all. I mean, he looked. Troy Brown was a return guy, and a slot guy. I mean, he was playing cornerback. I mean, he loved the versatility. It was all about football IQ.
Yeah, and then there's other ways you can win it too. A quarterback could get hurt. The backup
Yes.
comes in.
Yes.
You could have a blowout. The backup
Yes,
quarterback could come in.
yeah.
So there's multiple ways to win it, Troy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing is I'm on that with the injuries, and Darnold and May have both been banged up. But let's think about this: when a backup comes in, let's say it's just for one drive, they're typically handing the ball off. So that's one area to be a little wary. It's not guaranteed that your backup's going to come in and throw a pass. But I just think there's enough. Teams really do unload all their bag of tricks, and especially Vrabel, it comes to mind that there could be something there. Another one I like, and this is an MVP long shot, but it's Rashid Shaheed. And it's simply because if he runs back a kick and then also potentially catches a touchdown or has a decent game, JSN is going to be blanketed all game. And I think if the potential for Rashid Shaheed, who's had, just an excellent start from the special team standpoint through his time in Seattle after the trade, I think, getting him at 35-1, it is a long shot, and you need something very specific to happen. But, maybe that's off the back of him scoring a kick return in the playoffs. But that's one I also do like.
Cool thing at the Bet Rivers menu, too, you can go 60, you can ladder them, too. Like Smith and Jigba, the lowest is 60-plus your receiving yards. You go all the way up to plus 140, so you can ladder them. And they're eligible also to, for parlays as well, if you wanted to put them. You got a lot of things. You got a lot of options. There's no doubt. Yeah. Best way to do is try and figure out the game is going to play. Just how you think it's going to happen, and go find the odds on the betting menu. Troy, we appreciate it, buddy. We'll talk to you on Friday. Give us your best 2 or 3 prop picks for the Super Bowl on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll do. Thanks, guys.
All right. Follow Troy on Twitter at Troy Macker. That's MACHIR, MACHIR. Don't forget our friends over at Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown. Your law firm for a lifetime, 343-1111 and OCBrown.com. Both Charlie and I have used Dana's team of attorneys at different stages for different reasons throughout our life. The latest thing was my dad passed a secession and things like that. Could not even imagine having to do that without the assistance of Miss Susan over at his office. Great team of specialized attorneys. Again, never a charge for that initial consultation, 343-1111 and OCBrown.com. Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown.
In the mall in Louisiana, we're live from Dick's House of Sport. Live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Pierre Part Store, and now the Thibodeau Store, your local experts in construction supplies. They can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau Store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins. Workbox can handle all of your movable storage needs, commercial and residential. Our shipping containers come in various sizes, 8x8, 8x10, 8x20, or even 8x40 feet. Not just one size. These units can be customized for any use. Custom lunchrooms, offices, work sites for plumbers or welders, dual purpose, part office, part storage, climate control, shelving, lighting, using different materials, whatever you need. Give my buddy Martin Padial at Workbox a call at 343-4886, 343-4886, and workboxllc.com.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
By now, you know that we do our show every other Tuesday at the Crown Town Room at Dozy Place. The Crown Town Room is ideal for larger groups, or if you just want to watch the game on one of our 3 large TVs. The tamales are the most popular appetizer, but don't forget the seared tuna with the sriracha glaze. For the perfect blend of sweet and spicy, you can't go wrong also with the flash fried oysters or the shrimp. The porterhouse is the perfect steak to share. Strip on one side, filet on the other, prepared at different temps if you like, bone in to maximize flavor. Dozy Place on Government Street, just off Acadian in the heart of Mid-City.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit als.org to learn more. That's als.org.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny.
Here in the Mall of Louisiana at Dick's House of Sport. Live at lunch. A couple hours ago, the NFL announced that the Saints will be playing the first ever regular season game in Paris next year. They haven't announced,
back, Charlie.
They haven't announced the opponent yet, but
It's the
Browns are going to be the opponent. I think somebody over in France jumped the gun here. The Saints have got the marketing rights to Paris or to France. Every team in the league has a foreign country that they have marketing rights in. And the Saints are the only ones that have France, which is a little surprising to me that there's not more. Anyway, the Saints are going to play a game there. Next year, games in around the league, 3 games in London. They're going to do a game in Madrid. They're going to do a game in Munich. They're going to do a game in Rio. And they're going to do a game in Melbourne. And we can see it from here where – and Goodell's going to do his State of the League address this week. I think we're 2, maybe 3 years away from every team in the league playing a foreign game. That's where they're going to get to it. That may come in conjunction. They're going to ask him about the 18th game, which the union is going to whine and complain about and eventually give in because they're going to offer more money than they can turn down. So that's where this is going. But Max. Miss Gale decided to give some money back to the season ticket holders?
Yeah, because they were supposed to have 9 home games next year. I guess technically they're losing a home game with this one being in France. So the season ticket price will be the same as they were last year. They're going to give a 10% credit or something like that to make up for what was a heavier price with the extra game.
The Stade de France is the name of the stadium, I think. Am I saying that right? Probably
so.
Not. My French is about as good as my Spanish, probably.
Spanish, Charlie. Estadio. I'm not trilingual.
This was something. This was something that the Saints lobbied for.
You better brush up for Sunday, boy. Bad Bunny. He's singing Espanol.
I'll pick up probably every 5th word if I am watching at all. Probably not. This is something that the Saints lobbied for. To French heritage and all that stuff. The fleur de lis. They wanted France.
Good God.
And
really?
I'm surprised that they're
you
the only
know.
ones. Austria has 6 NFL teams with marketing rights. France has 1.
It's been they at least sell the tickets in London, right?
Yeah, they do. All those games sell out.
Wasn't always the case, was it?
It's been pretty popular over there. Most of the time, they've sold those games out.
Let's be fair. The atmospheres earlier really sucked. They were doing soccer
They
cheers.
didn't know.
Okay.
They've educated the fans.
You think?
Well, since the beginning, yeah.
It's improved.
It's improved.
I think you take a step back when you go to France.
They're not going to.
Germany was added recently. They did country roads in between quarters at one point. It was actually pretty cool. I think Germany
actually has some football. They have some German leagues and stuff. They have some American football.
And this is going to be the first game in Australia, right? This game in Melbourne.
Max, you ever been to Paris?
I believe so. I have not. I've not been out the country.
Charlie, you've been to Paris, huh?
Yeah, well, you met that very nice waiter that kept bringing you wine at 9 o'clock in the morning. Guy was very excited to see Jimmy. Wine, Jimmy. Yes, cheers. It's 9:30 a.m. I was like, okay, yeah, sure. We'll
that's the farthest thing from their mind, man. Is NFL. I mean, it just I don't know.
They'll sell it out. They'll sell it out.
It'll be a trip. There'll be some of the trip, but
Same weekend LSU plays Auburn is what we're looking at. Hour number 2 from Dick's House of Sport live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Caesars Sportsbook is the only sportsbook app with Caesars Rewards. Bet on gridiron action and earn perks on every game like hotel stays, bonus bets, game tickets, and more. Download the app using promo code Radio250BM, Radio250BM, and get your first bet matched as a bonus bet up to $250 whether you win or lose. Open to new users in Louisiana, age 21 or older. Licensed through Horseshoe Bossier City and Caesars New Orleans. Minimum odds minus 500. Award is non-withdrawable bonus bet that expires 14 days after receipt. Bonus bet amount not returned for winning bets. Void where prohibited. See Caesars.com/promos or full term. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com. This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
Go Automotive has a great selection of new cars. Chevy, GMC, Hummer, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. You rather a pre-owned vehicle? Using our resources will help find you any vehicle that you're looking for. Our service department offers VIP service. You never have to come to the dealership. We'll pick up the vehicle at your home or office, drop off a loaner, service the vehicle, and return it when it's done. Mention my name, Jimmy Ott, for VIP pricing. The Chevy Tahoe I drive came from Go Automotive. That's Go Automotive in LaPlace and Plaquemine.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
This is Charles Hanniger for Total Maintenance. For AC and heating, generators, electricity, plumbing, and more, Total Maintenance is your one-stop sales and service shop for all these needs. One of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies. Since 1980, their slogan has been service today, every day, so no one ever has to go to sleep hot. They're an authorized dealer for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem AC units, for Generac and Cummins generators as well. And now, for all of your electrical and plumbing needs, in Baton Rouge, call 480-1000. In New Orleans, 841-3300. Service today, every day. Total Maintenance.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Tommy Kissinger here with Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. We also do gutters, patio covers, and screen rooms. Give us a call for your free estimate today and visit our website, GEAUXTommys.com.
Why do billion-dollar insurance companies regularly delay and deny valid claims? Because that's how they got to be billion-dollar insurance companies. If you've been injured, I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7969.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny.
Return here at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. We are on the ground floor here in the Collectors Clubhouse. Sports memorabilia and trading cards here. All of your player cards and all the sports, plus things like Pokemon and Disney trading cards, all in one spot across the aisle here from the Performance Center. We got some players working out here a little bit, and with the TrackMan technology here, working with your golf swing. Tomorrow, the Baton Rouge Zydeco hockey team will be here doing a meet and greet on the bottom floor from 6 until 8. They'll be giving out Zydeco buttons and gear, autographs, photos with the players. That is tomorrow night. Later this month, Southern University women's soccer team will be here on February the 12th. On February the 20th, they'll be doing a big post-Mardi Gras party with lots of stuff for the kids, the DJs, face painting, the bouncy house, king cake, and a big old Mardi Gras float that will be here. And at the end of the month, free Pilates classes will be available February 21st, 28th from 9 until 10 in the morning. Come on by and see here at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. Senior Bowl this past weekend, and the MVP, Garrett Nussmeier from LSU, was 5 out of 8. Also had a touchdown run. And Jimmy, you and I think have the same opinion about All-Star games, which is for football. It's very difficult to have any kind of continuity or things like that. This is basically about the practices, the one-on-ones for linemen, defensive backs against wide receivers, and for every NFL team's got huge representation there. So this was. It was
also by the time they played Saturday, it was windier. Yeah. It looked like the conditions had deteriorated a little bit. He did a lot of handing off, on Saturday. But the biggest thing was he was healthy. It was another player that was like, oh, he's healthy too. But Jade Nutt. Ott and Nussmeier were both healthy, and Oklahoma certainly not having Ott around hurt their running game this year.
I thought he'd have a big year there, and he just was never.
We've seen him play.
Yeah,
we've seen him play. We've seen Nussmeier play, and we knew that his arm strength was a lot stronger than what he was throwing at. So it was just weird, and that's why I asked the question last week. Where would he be? Didn't hear a whole lot of nationally give him much of a break, much of a pass because of his injuries.
And I got a theory as to why, because, and this is just my opinion, they never came clean about what it was. I mean, we're right here on top of the program. You just go in our building, okay, the local shows, and you're going to get 4 different opinions about what was wrong with Garrett Nussmeier. And he didn't do a whole lot to clear that up last week either. He just said, well, it's a core injury. So they pressed him on it, and he didn't really want to talk about too much about what it was.
Well, one of the reasons, too, is because the offensive line was so bad, we were
And you didn't have much of a running
A lot
game.
of our focus was on that.
Yeah. So like I said, you get a variety of opinions on what actually was wrong with him. Now, for the NFL team, he doesn't have to. I understood it during the season, okay? If you're trying to be a little bit deceptive with your opponents, okay, whatever. But something was wrong with him, and you never could figure out what. Is it serious? Is it not serious? Is it just limiting him? Is it something that just you got to work through the pain? What is it? And he didn't really clear a whole lot of that up. He doesn't have to. They're going to go to the combine here in a couple of weeks, and they're going to find out everything that they need to know about whatever it is. But the eyeball test is he looks healthy.
A lot better. I'm sorry.
He's healthy now.
Yeah.
So what I want to know if I'm an NFL team is what was it, and is it something that's likely to reoccur, or is it something that's completely healed and this is in his rearview mirror? That's the question that I would ask to my trainers or whatever. My doctors.
Kelly was not exactly a guy that tried to play games with injuries. His most famous quote was, going into the Southeastern game that, he's not going to be able to recover till the bye week.
Then sit him out in the Southeastern game, which we preach that all week.
If that's why you out of a job. I mean, because if you're not going to try, and it was a big part of it. And we don't know, because the protection never did really improve. The running game never did really improve. So, even if he, just how effective would he have been on some of the, I don't know, but obvious the time that he, when the backup took over at the end of the year and then before, I mean, he's throwing the ball a lot better, lot healthier than what he was, at any part really of the season.
So it begs the question: where does he fit now?
That's the thing. I mean,
in the NFL draft, I would have thought prior to last week you were looking at probably a third or fourth round pick. That was just my best guess. Now, obviously, you would think that would have improved. ESPN put out a mock draft this morning that had only one quarterback in the first round, Mendoza at number 1, and then they had Ty Simpson as the second quarterback, all the way down at 44. And you got a handful of these quarterbacks that are well known, but they've all got some question marks. Nussmeier, Aller, Beck, Klubnik, they're
Simpson hasn't played.
Simpson is another one.
Hasn't played.
You can beauty's in the eye of the beholder. I don't know that any of them come without some question marks. With Aller and Nussmeier, it's the injury. With Simpson, it's lack of starts.
With Nussmeier, whether he's 100% or not, is his lack of mobility. I mean,
he ran one in yesterday.
There you go, Charlie. So, yeah, he's a runner. It's just more and more emphasis on quarterbacks running for better or for worse. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. I mean, you still, the more successful quarterbacks are going to be able to throw the ball in rhythm, from the pocket and anticipate throws. And I just don't know who is really doing that a whole lot at the college level anymore. Nussmeier would have been never got. There was a chance. He was the odds-on favorite to be the number 1 pick. Not the odds-on, but the first choice, the lowest odds.
When he was the Heisman favorite, he was also the favorite to be the number 1 pick at one
when
point.
When he wasn't the Heisman favorite, he lasted longer as the lowest odds to be the first player taken than he did. His draftable odds maintained much longer than his Heisman odds.
You had at one point when he was still at Georgia, you had some projections that Carson Beck was going to be a first-round pick.
Yeah.
Last year, after the draft, when they did the way too early mocks, they said, well, Cade Klubnik's got a chance to be the we saw a number of mock drafts and speculation about Drew Aller prior to last season being a first-round pick.
Top 10. A lot of top 10 with him. A lot,
So all of these guys at some point, some scout thought of them as first-round picks. They've all got obstacles to navigate. But if you take one of these cats in the third or fourth round where they're not expected to come in and play right away, you might get a steal. You might find a starting quarterback outside of the first round. You might. None of them are locks, but you might because there's some talent there.
Who's the steals? Who are playing above their draftability? Of course, he's got to start with Brock Purdy, who played a ton. Now, Nussmeier, how many starts does he have?
Nussmeier has 19 starts, I think.
He doesn't have 25.
It's not. There are only 5 starting quarterbacks in the league that didn't go in the first round. It's Purdy.
Bo
Prescott,
Nix is
Hurts,
performing above
and Tyler Shuck. Yeah,
Bo Nix is performing above where he was drafted. Jackson Dart performed. It was his minimal time, but he performed higher. Shuck performed higher.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a chance? I mean, he's. I just find it like what is going on with these early projections? Because the quarterback in the early are these just some people in scouting services just feed some BS, some early BS to some, because there's a lot of volatility to it, a ton. The Aller thing, okay, he got injured. Well, he's not injured for life. It's not career threatening. But how does he go from top 10 to wherever he is now?
Remember also that this is 2.5 months prior to the draft. When we get closer to the draft, what happens? These guys.
I'm talking
a year ago.
Yeah.
And if you downgrade them at that point, there's plenty of room for them to move themselves back up. The quarterbacks tend to move up the draft boards as you get closer. Everybody's trying to. You can't win without one. And if you can steal one outside of the first round.
So what did Aller do any different
this year?
Yeah, besides get hurt.
Well, nothing, but what did we see? We saw him play against 3 JV teams, and then he
how
got
many
hurt
times
the next game.
I said, man, I don't understand. I was Jimmy, he's going top 10. Jimmy, he's projected to go top 10. Jimmy, you kept reminding, and I'm like, well, okay, well, I don't do this for a living, but damn, what did he do differently before? I just don't get it.
Yeah, the injury, I guess they think is a big deal. If they didn't.
But that shouldn't be everything, man. I mean, he's not a guy that you drafted because of his mobility. There ain't no way.
No, that had nothing to do with his mobility.
It's his first injury. He's not like a long list of injuries.
Basically, to me, this year was a 0 for Aller. What did he play? 5 games, and 3 of them were against nobodies. So, whatever you thought of Drew Aller a year ago, you didn't get any. You didn't get much additional information this year.
Jimmy, I think the way too early quarterback rankings are naturally boosted because they expect 4 quarterbacks to go in the first round, so you just have to promote whichever quarterbacks they think and put them in the top 10 because that's where quarterbacks go. It doesn't necessarily mean that they would see them right now as first-round picks. I think there's a little bit of projection and anticipation for improvement.
I wasn't wild about Aller, but I understood it. I mean, he's got the big bazooka arm. He's 6'5". He's 240 pounds or whatever. I never really got it with Klubnik, who I think has a very average arm and average size. He's a good college quarterback, but I never thought of him as a slam dunk first rounder ever.
Well, it was one game. He lit it up. Texas games, high profile, standalone playoff game. He gets a team with a bunch of guys on defense who are going to play pro ball, and he lit it up. He lit it up that day, and I mean he kind of kept him in it single handedly because the defense couldn't stop crap. I mean, they were just going through them like they weren't there, and that was it. It was just like, I mean, saw him in one game. And his numbers got better as the season went against weaker ACC competition. But I just think that we go see how, but we need to start really keeping track of these early projections on as the quarterback position. There's a lot of wiggle room, man. There's a lot of wiggle room. I mean, a lot.
No, I'll give you another one.
Aller before he got hurt had like 40 starts. You had seen enough of him. That's the whole thing. We saw he was in his third year start when he made the throw against Notre Dame. This is not his 15th start. No, this is like his 40th start.
Mm-hmm.
You can't, or 36th, 37th, whatever. No, you can't be making that decision with that many reps.
I'll give you
Bo
another.
Nix, we saw enough of him, man. He was way more bad than good, but he played and he played and he played and he played and he played. And then it helps to have Peyton, kind of putting him in the right direction. Who knows what he'd be if he was with the Tennessee Titans or with the Carolina Panthers, before this past year. Who knows? But still, he played. Purdy played, and that's where the Simpson thing makes zero sense to me. If they don't want you, if they're nudging you, go back to Alabama. If they don't, they're nudging you out, go to Miami. That's a system that is probably the best to prepare you, because Shannon Dawson's more of a progression of reads as opposed to a Lane Kiffin, one look and tuck.
Was going to tarnish his legacy.
Tarnish his.
That was his words. That if he had transferred, I'll give you another one.
They got girls down there too, man. Yeah. Trust me. I mean, God.
There's a Carson Beck joke here.
And he was going to get
go.
How much?
Oh,
talking about like $5 million.
I would imagine $5 million. You remember didn't we have a similar conversation about Quinn Ewers going into his final year?
Quinn Ewers, the Texas game. There was some people that was just like media people, but bagging for Quinn or kind of deal. And he did, and he did have some injuries now.
Mm-hmm.
And when he threw him in there last year,
competent.
Yeah. I mean, just
he went in the 7th round. This was a guy who, in some projections, was predicted to go in the first half of the first round. He went in the 7th round, just to show you where it can go the other way.
So, because he's hurt. That was the biggest thing.
Yeah.
He and Nussmeier are more of a comparison because they're hurt.
I can see that.
Now, I don't think Nussmeier's going in the 7th round. I don't think he's going in the 1st. I don't think he's going in the 2nd.
Well,
maybe if he goes to the combine, they get a clean bill of health. But I think he's probably a 3rd or 4th round pick.
One thing he's going ahead of Diego.
Less than 5'10".
Diego's
he is not. It said right under 5'9".
Yeah.
Then he was 5'9" and 7/8 or 3/4.
Okay,
it was under 5'10".
No shoes under 5'9". No shoes under 5'9".
He's short.
He's
short.
Well, that's why you have to play at every damn level to get a chance.
Yeah, he's short.
And so and that's Diego Pavia is a positive out of the transfer portal. Dude can flat out play. Dude plays so much bigger than he is. Plays 10 times tougher than guys like Aller size, who's twice as big and strong as him. But you talk about, it's something about still playing with a little heart, a little toughness, and a little, he improved as a passer, but he's not a Doug Flutie to me. He's not a.
I'll be surprised if
Flutie was an adequate NFL quarterback, kind of a middle of the road maybe. Never a guy that's going to win you big playoff games or whatever, but.
I would have loved to have seen him in his prime, which he spent mostly in Canada.
He played enough here. He played enough in the NFL to get a good
middle of the road. Yeah, I think is that's fair. Sure.
Mid, average, mediocre, whatever you want to. Some people mediocre has more negative but just very, very average. Okay.
The best sub 5'10" quarterback ever.
I guess Pavia could be average, huh?
I don't think he'll be an NFL quarterback. I don't think.
Does he get drafted?
Guess how many people thought that Doug Flutie was going to be an NFL quarterback?
I think you had a lot more.
He won the Heisman. He won the Heisman. Okay, Boston College. He won the Heisman. Okay. Pavia, I can make an argument, had a better year than him. He did it in a tougher league. I can tell you that.
Well, Boston College at the time was a pretty good program, and Vanderbilt has not been. One of the things about Flutie that they always said was, despite his size, he had a very, very strong arm.
He did.
No.
You don't make that Hail Mary even though you're crow hopping.
That was a 60-plus yard throw. He was on the other side.
55, 58, yeah. So we crow hopped, but
he had a big arm for somebody as small as he was.
But he definitely had a stronger arm than Pavia. Definitely had a stronger arm than
Pavia. I think Pavia will end up on a roster, on a practice squad for 2 years, and that'll be it.
CFL.
I don't think he's got a long future
that's
in the
where
NFL. But
went.
hey, he's been proving people wrong for a long time, so maybe he'll prove me wrong too. We're also brought to you by the Thibodeau Store, the Pierre Part Store, open in Laplace and in La Rose. Big sale right now for Black & Decker products on the website. Blowers, trimmers, edgers, a lot of your electric knives, number of cooking utensils that you can get, sanders, your belt sanders, drills, cordless screwdrivers, all of these available right now on the website. You get onto the website, it's same-day pickup on everything on the website at all 4 locations of the Thibodeau store. You can get to all 4 locations from the one website. Also up to 50% off of Channel Lock products right now. So save on your next do-it-yourself project with our friends over at the Thibodeau store. 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, open until 5:30 daily. Highway 70 in Pierre Part for the Pierre Part store. And again, now open in LaRose and Lockport. Online, go to thethibodeaustore.com. Live from Dick's House of Sport, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
The Pierre Part store, and now the Thibodeau store, your local experts in construction supplies. You know they can handle your contractor supplies for all jobs, big and small. The extensive selection of plumbing, electrical, and hardware supplies are endless, and they can even deliver it to your job site. If you need lumber, no problem. Available for pickup and delivery from Pierre Part. Top-notch tools and expert advice, it's local service. From the Thibodeau store, 900 St. Patrick Highway in Thibodeau, and online at ThibodeauStore.com.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Get Moss Max and less text during happy hour at Modesto. Join us Tuesday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. for $10 20-ounce margaritas and Dip Trio with $5 drink specials and $6 seasonal cocktails. Eat Modesto, 3930 Burbank Drive.
Pizza that's true to its hand-tossed wood-fried tradition. Roca Pizzeria is heating up its new half-off happy hour, Monday through Fridays, 3 to 6 p.m. Come enjoy 50% off margarita, pepperoni, or cheese, craft cocktails, wine by the glass, and draft beer. Roca Pizzeria, 3897 Government.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low-glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
The Grand Bayou Casino, conveniently located off I-10 at exit 139 in Gross-Ted, offers the latest video poker machines 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Got a great staff at the Grand Bayou Casino. Our inviting staff will greet you with complimentary coffee and sodas as you enjoy listening to the curated tunes in our comfortable seating. Make the trip to Grand Bayou Casino, where players are welcome. The Grand Bayou Casino, I-10 at the Gross-Ted exit. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-877-770-STOP. The Grand Bayou Casino.
This is Charles Hanniger for Home Bank. If you're tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking, you deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for your businesses and families because they go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business and good for life. Stop by any South Louisiana, Houston, or Natchez area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit ALS.org to learn more. That's ALS.org.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny.
Return here at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. In the Collectors Clubhouse, the ultimate spot for sports memorabilia and trading cards here right across from the Performance Center. Jimmy, if I had come here, I would have got you
yes,
that Tennessee Titans hat. It's a really nice hat.
I'd have worn the lid a lot more than the damn T-shirt you got me, Charlie. I got all kinds of hats, man. You got just a whole wall of Pell stuff. I mean, I got – geez, Max, how many different LSU hats do they have? I mean, just a whole wall.
Imagine how many hats you could have bought if you wouldn't have bet on the Titans.
Yes.
Good brands, too. Branded Bills.
No, they look good, man. What was I saying? Oh, of course, I'm checking out. The golf is unbelievable here. I mean, it makes me want to pick up some sticks again. No.
I might have to get a golf
bag.
Bag
golf and gambling does not mix. This just in. But, I mean, there's some tennis, tons of pickleball stuff, too, here.
Yeah.
I mean, you got it. You name it. I mean, it's unbelievable. The
and
stuff
shoes. And shoes.
Well, I got
shoes.
My
and
shoes. I got
these
shoes I have on right here. Came from here. So, yep.
Ton here at Dick's House of Sport. Excited to start our partnership with them. This was a little bit of a surprise to me this morning that Gus Malzahn announced his retirement from Florida State as the offensive coordinator there. It's been a couple of unusual, I guess, career moves for him. He went from the head coach at Central Florida and voluntarily was not fired, took the offensive coordinator's job at Florida State, and then has announced his retirement. He's not old. He's 60. So there's, plenty of time if he wanted to still coach again, and maybe if he takes a year or two off, he'll decide to come back. But that caught me a little bit off guard. They promoted one of the guys from within to take his spot, but didn't expect to see him. Jimmy, when I think about Gus Malzahn, I think about that year at Auburn when as the head coach in his first year, 2013, where they were so close to winning the national championship in that great game against Florida State. And I don't know. Look, when he was the OC in 2010, look, he did a fine job. He had Cam Newton. Okay, Cam Newton.
No, that was
2010. He was the OC.
Yeah, the OC
at Auburn.
Right.
But
when
so you got Cam Newton, you got something to work with. You have a once in a generation type of talent there. Yeah, Gene Chizik was the head coach. In 2013, he took a converted defensive back and turned him into a highly productive player that year. And Auburn, like I said, an eyelash away from winning the national title that year.
Yeah, man, they took the lead, and Winston threw a little underneath pass, and the guy, the DB, missed a tackle, and he either got out of bounds or got the first down to kind of help stop the clock, but they ultimately scored with 15, 18 seconds to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, the clock would have run down. They would have been forced. It was a big play early in that game-winning touchdown drive. He also had a quick ascension, Charlie, from the Arkansas high school
Springdale
ranks.
High School, yeah.
Springdale.
Yeah,
so Shiloh Christian to Springdale to that. Then they went as the Arkansas OC for 1 year. Then he got the Tulsa head job, and then he went from Tulsa head coach to assistant head coach rather, to the Auburn offense coordinator, and then Arkansas State for 1 year, then Auburn as a head coach. It doesn't surprise me as a guy he's made his money. Auburn, how much did they pay him not to coach anymore?
Oh, a lot.
You think he thought he might get a bit more of a run for the Arkansas head job.
I think he's tired of the new landscape.
That's
kind
of where I was going. I don't like this.
He did interview for the Arkansas job, so he was interested in that head coaching job. Maybe felt like he wasn't going to get a head job anytime soon based on that one.
I wouldn't. Well, who did they ultimately hire? They weren't exactly thrilled with. They thought they were going to get
Memphis.
They thought they were going to get the guy from Tulane.
They thought John Sumrall, and then they also thought
Eric Morris.
Eric Morris, but the guy from South Florida, I'm blanking on his name. Golish, the Mad Russian.
Golish, yeah.
They thought they were going to get him, and he ended up going to
Silverfield, who kind of. I mean, we've seen coaches come out of Memphis before, Memphis State, and
Norvell at Florida State.
Mm-hmm. He said he's one of a line of guys, and so they. I mean, I don't know, Charlie. It doesn't. I'm not surprised that Arkansas didn't hire him. I thought he had his last run at Central Florida. It was kind of you could do a little more at Central Florida. I'm sorry, they weren't bad, but damn it, nobody gave Little Nicky more headaches in his prime than Gus Malzahn. Nobody.
Hugh Freeze.
Beat him twice. Malzahn beat him more, huh?
Yeah,
he was there longer.
He was there longer.
I mean, it's a way to talking about, the House of Horrors and everything else. So, I mean, I don't know. That was an unbelievable run that year, and finally looked like they were gonna get their break, and finally something went against them in the national championship game. That was when it was a 2-team playoff, when they would just take the top 2 teams.
Here's something else. As I was looking over this stuff this morning, since that 2013 season. We're talking about Auburn has a losing record in SEC play, a losing record by like 10 games below 500. I mean, that was the last. They had a reasonable year in 2017. They kind of petered out at the end. It was a good regular season, and then they lost in the bowl game that year. But that program, which
12 games over 500 in conference play while he was at Auburn. As a head coach.
And that's about, give or take a couple of games, that's about what they are under 500 in league play since he left. And, I think of Auburn as a blue blood. I think of Auburn as always have, as a top 15-ish program in the country. And I don't know if I can think about them like that anymore. You look at the record, and the slide is through now, multiple coaches. So I don't know. We've talked a lot about how Auburn and Florida have not lived up to what we usually think of Auburn and Florida. But I started looking at it, it's like, man, they haven't had a winning record in league play outside of the COVID year since 2019. I mean,
that's him.
They're piling up on you, right?
No, they had a winning record in 20.
Outside of the COVID.
Oh, okay.
That was the COVID year.
Okay, well, that was his last year.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
this is 5 straight losing seasons in league play. 5 straight losing seasons overall since he left.
What year?
That's a better program.
What year
than
was the Cam Newton year?
10.
10. Okay. No, man. We always talked about it, Charlie. Now, Saban came in his 5th year at Auburn was Saban's first year. So he came in, and we knew they ended up at the Independence Bowl that year. He had a rise. He upgraded that roster considerably. And then 3 years, and they couldn't wait to get rid of him. And Mike Delicano and I would say, man, he's doing a pretty good job.
You remember that 2017 season? They were going into November, and they had Georgia and Alabama, and then had a runaway in between.
They were both number 1.
Right. And it was, okay, if he wins both games, he gets a contract extension. If he wins one game,
they were talking about
we'll see. And if he loses both games, he's getting fired. And they end up winning both of those games. I mean, miraculous
they didn't know,
season.
We won the first one, so we knew that. But he's still, some people say, well, he won. Well, that's where Auburn is, get fired or get an extension. Well, there's a lot of people in college football acting like Auburn now. But, 9, 10 years ago, that was extreme. They were at the highest. Nobody was paying coaches not to coach more than Auburn. Nobody. But it directly coincided with Saban coming into play, and so yeah, that was Auburn, and that had to be 18, huh, Charlie?
No, it was 17.
17.
It was 17.
17. Yeah. Well, he beat. Alabama wasn't number one at the end of the year.
No, they were number one. They played them.
No way. Not. I mean, I'm thinking. Geez, I'm getting my numbers wrong. I'm thinking 07 when Saban came in, not 17. My God, Jay.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, he came in the middle of Saban's tenure. I got it backwards. But anyway, no, that's a tough time to crack in when Saban's got it rolling, and there's so much that revolves on whether you win or lose. I mean, Ryan Day's making how much? They're going to fire him.
Yeah.
He was fired if there was only if it wasn't a 12-team playoff. He was fired.
Yeah, I always thought Augustus was a good play caller. I always liked the way he sequenced his play calling.
Bounced that back and forth when he was a head coach.
Yeah, and I thought that was a mistake. I'm like, when he gave up calling the plays, I think it was Rhett Lashley was one of those years for sure. I thought, wow, you're taking the thing you do best, and you're taking it off the table. I always thought he was a really good play caller.
You didn't have 3 different play callers on 3 different downs?
No, that's not a great strategy.
Well, the thing that he had to dial back, though, was the tempo, because you just can't. He was killing his defensive front. They were playing way too many snaps and wearing down within the games, and it was a little bit of fool's gold because his first year they got all the way to the national championship game, and it was a lot to do with that tempo. I mean, they lost that game. They're down 21-0, 28-0 in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
In Tiger Stadium. They finished like 28-21 or 28 or 21-14 or 24.
It tightened up considerably. It was a 3-score game. It was a three-score game, as I remember.
But they because they just were going tempo, and it got them there, but he just couldn't. It's not long term in the best interest of your defensive front. They're going to wear down over the season, wear down within the games.
And Gus was like, "Shut up."
Yeah, his wife was a little something.
It was funny.
But think about it too. You last at Auburn in 8 years. You had to be pretty good.
And that was
a lot of Saban.
Right, and you were there as a coordinator. He spent a lot of time at Auburn, a lot of time between his assistant coaching days.
But as a head coach,
yeah,
as a head coach, 8 years in the middle of Saban's run.
That's a lifetime. That's a lifetime at that school.
Yeah, because Saban had built it, and who knew that Saban was there on both ends that long? What was his Tuscaloosa life expectancy when he went from Miami to Alabama?
5 years.
5 years? Yeah.
Give
or take.
Yeah, the longest he had ever been anywhere was 5 years. And he stayed there too long.
We're over here at Dick's House of Sport in the Collectors Clubhouse. They got sports cards, jerseys, framed jerseys, everything from sports cards to Pokemon cards. They got everything over here at Dick's House of Sport. So get me some pants. So I got
and shoes.
Casual pants over here. We get everything you want: basketball, football, baseball, golf is unbelievable over here at Dick's House of Sport. 3 different bays? The TrackMan, the Performance Center that we're just adjacent from, and you name it. They've got the Zydeco. They're all constantly doing things over here. Zydeco hockey team meet and greet tomorrow. First 100 fans get something over here when you come and check them out. So they'll be on the bottom floor near the House of Cleats. So shoes, apparel, man, it comes off the and it's not just for you going to an LSU game or something like that, man. You name it over here, and they have it for you at Dick's House of Sport. It's the old Sears building. The main entrance faces Bluebonnet here at the Mall of Louisiana.
Live at Dick's House of Sport, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Since the 1930s, Supreme Rice has delighted their customers for all of your favorite South Louisiana dishes. Whether you like the brown, long grain, medium grain, jasmine, or the new parboiled rice, Supreme Rice makes your favorite dishes even better. They even have a healthy low glycemic rice, a great option for diabetics and those who have high insulin resistance. Supreme Rice is proud to be part of the Climate Smart program, which promotes water conservation and reduces methane emissions so future generations of Louisiana farmers can enjoy the same benefits. For more information and great recipes, find them online at supremerice.com.
This hour of Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny is brought to you by Dana Brown at the law offices of O.C. Brown, 343-1111, and ocbrown.com. Roto-Rooter for all your plumbing needs, 925-8710. Supreme Rice, grown, milled, processed in Louisiana since 1936. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments on Jefferson Highway, 928-8659. Total Maintenance, your one-stop shop for AC, electrical, generators, and plumbing. Service today, every day for Total Maintenance. And Coastal Capital Advisors. Markets evolve. We adapt. The Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny Restaurant Club. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games since 1988. Snow Seafood and Steak for over 50 years on Airline, Highway, and Highway 74 in Gonzales. Dozy Place for hand-cut steaks on Government Street and Mid-City. Louis Cafe, a Baton Rouge landmark since 1941. Just outside the north gates of LSU. Fin Bomb, sushi, burrito, poke, ramen at Burbank and Lee.
Have you been arrested or even issued a traffic ticket? Everyone makes mistakes. Hi, I'm Dana Brown from the law offices of O.C. Brown. If you find yourself in an unfortunate situation with the law, call us today and we can help you resolve your problem, whether it's just a traffic matter or something more serious. No criminal matter is too big or too small for us to aggressively and effectively represent you. Before making any decisions, call us at 225-343-1111 for your free consultation. You can also visit us at ocbrown.com. The law offices of O.C. Brown, your law firm for a lifetime.
Now, everybody's been to Louis Cafe by campus. Heck, it's been around since over 80 years now. We're still doing delicious omelets like the Mitchell, cheesy grits, Big Cheesy Lou, and those Louis' original Cajun hash browns. We now offer a pickup window. Just call in your order at 346-8221. Give us 15 or 20 minutes, and we'll have it ready for you. Our hours are now 6:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., 7 days a week. So next time you visit campus, make it a point to stop by and visit an old friend. Louis Cafe, just outside the north gates of LSU.
This is Charles Hanniger for Coastal Capital Advisors, your full-service financial planners. When it comes to retirement, there are no two situations alike. So Coastal Capital Advisors will work with you, your business partners, your legal team, and tax professionals to make sure those goals are achieved. Coastal Capital Advisors will work for you. I know, because they work for me. For more information, contact Philip Fontenot and his great staff at 337-981-1376 or online at coastalcapitaladv.com. Advisory services provided by New Age Advisors, LLC, doing business as Coastal Capital Advisors as a registered investment advisor. Securities offered through New Edge Securities, Inc., member FINRA, SIPC.
ALS is a progressive and neurodegenerative disease, and we need your help to find a cure. The mission of the ALS Association, Louisiana, Mississippi chapter, is to discover treatments and a cure for ALS, and to serve, advocate for, and empower people affected by ALS to live their lives to the fullest. Whether you are newly diagnosed, a military veteran, a caregiver, or someone looking to learn more about how to navigate living with ALS, they can help. Visit ALS.org to learn more. That's ALS.org.
There's more than one way to listen to ESPN Baton Rouge on the radio at 104.5 and 104.9 and 98.1 HD2. Online at 1045ESPN.com and with the free ESPN Baton Rouge mobile app powered by Bayou Ford.
1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
I gotta look close. I can't even tell what's
Live at Lunch with Ott and Hanny.
We are at Dick's House of Sport in the Mall of Louisiana. Later this month, free Pilates classes on the 21st and the 28th from 9 to 10 a.m. Come by and see their vendors, and they'll hook you up with the 2 Pilates classes. You can sign up for all of these events that they have at Dick's House of Sports here at the website. You can go to Dick'sSportingGoods.com is the website here for Dick's House of Sport. Beginning of Super Bowl week, Jimmy, this line hadn't budged in a week at 4.5. It's
No, early, it popped from 3.5 to 5.5, and it's settled at 4.5, and that's where we've been. That's where we've been for at least a week.
Not that there's been a whole lot of news. There's been a little bit of scuttlebutt about Darnold and whatever it is. It looked fine to me, so I haven't changed a whole lot about what I thought about this initially, which is still that Seattle is much better.
Was Vrabel on the team in 2001 or 2002, January 2002 in the Dome?
That might have been a little bit before him, I think.
Seems like this. What's the strength of their team, Charlie?
The Patriots?
Yeah.
The defense.
Yeah. Okay. Over the course of the season, they had a guy who was playing MVP level, but whatever you want to talk about, increase in. Do you know that? Their opponents' winning percentage for the regular season was 40%.
And that was in the bottom 6 in the league. Vrabel was a rookie on that first Belichick.
So that was where they shortened the game. That's where they play ball control. Antoine Smith, man, you get 4 yards, bro. That's like goal. Okay, they got the key. They got the. Now this is not an explosive offense like that greatest show on turf. Oh, by the way, though, if this record is being criticized for regular season schedule, the Rams' first Super Bowl was in the 30s. Their opponent's winning percentage. When they beat the Titans. They beat the Titans, and this was the repeat.
Right.
This was the repeat.
Well, they had, correct me if I'm wrong, the year before that, didn't they finish last in their division?
Oh, yeah.
Because
it was the longest shot ever to win it.
And Trent Green was supposed to be the starting
Trent
quarterback.
Green lit it up in preseason, got hurt the last preseason game.
And here comes Kurt Warner, who nobody knew who that was, and, end up turning into a Hall of Famer.
I'll never forget, Bruce Marshall wrote the gold sheet right up and said the guy was in bagging groceries.
He was, yeah. And,
he
was playing for the Iowa Barnstormers.
Yeah, I know, Arena League.
I remember somebody took a flyer on him in our fantasy draft, and everybody started laughing. They're like, dude, that guy retired from the Seahawks years ago. It's like, no, the quarterback. Okay. Guy ended up winning the league.
The running back.
Yeah, remember he was Kurt Warner. Everybody laughed at him. They thought he made a mistake. He's like, no, man, I need a backup quarterback. And, well, he ended up winning the league because
I was about to say.
Warner. He got him in like the last round or something.
I hope he quit, because
I'm done.
Yeah, that is.
Mic drop.
There's no topping that. I mean,
I
it's
can't
nothing.
get any better.
I just think it might be more of a, kind of let's try and grind. I mean, I think they're a little bit worried about their protection against these guys, man. It's been an issue, and we know Campbell's going to play for a long time, but, is he going to be super elite? We don't know. He's going to be a left tackle for a long time, but he's having a tough time against this is an elite pass rush. These guys bring it. So, I think they want to help that protection out. They want to try and get some type of running production. The Denver, it's certainly the second half. It's just so hard to. We don't want to overemphasize that too much, But the Darnold thing, I think that is behind him a little bit. Although this New England defense might be able to. I think this New England defense is better than. I think it's better than the Rams. And is that the best defensive play? We talk about Seattle in the playoffs.
Yeah. In the playoffs I would say.
Who was their divisional game against?
Seattle? I don't remember.
Well, they had a bye. They played the Niners
in the divisional game round.
The Niners.
Yeah, the Niners. So.
I thought you meant who they played cross division in the regular season. Yeah,
they moved the ball a little bit on them.
Yeah,
and certainly the Rams moved it on them. But when they had the ball, the Niners defense, this is forget what's typical of them. They were so much worse defensively than what they've been.
Banged up.
Yeah. Well, that's part of it. But the whole season.
Sure.
They were just bad.
If New England wins this game, I got a good idea that Drake May will end up with somewhere between 50 and 60, maybe 70 yards rushing. That there are some plays to be made with his feet. That they didn't have to deal with that with Stafford. Not really had to deal with that with Purdy. If they're successful, it may end up making some plays with his feet.
It is hard to stop and to try. The obvious thing is, I would be shocked if Seattle, when they rush, does not have a spy. I'll be, but that would be one of my biggest concerns.
Yeah.
The other thing, Charlie, it's not just this matchup with May, and he can run, and that's the one thing when the conditions completely deteriorated, where if the guy makes the field goal, they might play for another week and not score. But the one when they needed to play, when they missed a field goal, when they him running the ball, he got the first down, and that killed the clock. I mean, he's got that, and so that would scare me the most. But for some reason, the whole season, Seattle, as good as they've been defensively, has been susceptible to running backs receiving yards. Running backs receiving yards has been one of the real sort of, whether it's fantasy people, whether it's prop people, they have kind of identified that weeks ago. And it is something that, whether it's Stevenson, whether it's the other running back, help me out.
TreVeyon Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson, who, you want to talk about take a shot? You want to talk about, I mean, his over-under might be like 5.5 yards, receiving yards. We know if he gets in the open, whether it's college or pro, he can go.
Yeah, he's got wheels.
Yeah, so it's just that he's going to have to dump off, and they're going to be. They got to get a little protection, but keep an eye. I think the targets, and I don't know what the average.
Most receptions given up for any team, 97 this regular season. Seattle. Now, granted, a lot of trailing game states where they're down, they're going to have to pass it more.
Well, what do? You run draws and screens when you have protection issues. I mean, that's just kind of staying. And I think that's where you have it. Well, they have it coming in, and most running back receptions given up in the league this year. Don't forget our friends at Total Maintenance. Total Maintenance, I know you're not thinking about the air conditioner right now, but if you have a unit that's over 10 years old, if you have a unit that was serviced over the summer, now's the time where you could get the biggest discounts on replacing that unit. Some units up to $5,500 in discounts. Now's the time to call 480-1000. My buddy Lucas Ragusa in Total Maintenance, one of South Louisiana's oldest and largest AC and heating companies since 1980. So factory authorized dealers for Carrier, American Standard, Daikin, and Rheem products. Call them up. Again, you got a unit that's close to being replaced. Now is the time where you're going to save yourself the most money. Call us at 480-1000. We'll come out and give you full, and just let you know exactly what your options are and what you're looking at, and where, if your unit has that much more to that it can go, or now's the time to replace it. 480-1000, Total Maintenance.
Live at Dick's House of Sport, live at lunch, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
1950 Phil's Oyster Bar started on Government Street. Then Gus Piazza took over in the 70s, and now his son Anthony has taken it to.
Say when.
It's rolling.
Join us for the Tuesday edition of Live at Lunch from Doe's Eat Place on Government Street in Mid-City. Andy Isco joins us from Las Vegas to talk Super Bowl prop bets, and we do first class, second class, and no class. Live at Lunch from Doe's, 11 a.m. Tuesday on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Grill on Highland Road since 1988. A hometown favorite for tailgating and watching LSU games in a casual atmosphere with the friendliest service. Right now, we're boiling crawfish 7 days a week, Monday through Friday. First batch comes out at 5 p.m., weekends at noon. Sammy serves a wide mix of authentic Louisiana food prepared to order with the best ingredients available. Fresh Louisiana seafood, Cajun favorites, burgers, and po' boys, all built from scratch. Our kids' menu and popular appetizers are sure to please the pickiest of eaters. Sammy's Grill on Highland Road, near Starring since 1988.
Do you know what you would do if you were in a car wreck? It's easy to panic when you or someone you care about is hurt in an accident. Who will pay the medical bills? Who will pay the car repair? Who will deal with the insurance companies for you? Protect your rights. You need someone you can trust. Call the law offices of O.C. Brown at 343-1111. The law offices of O.C. Brown will handle everything for you. 343-1111 or online at ocbrown.com. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Attention vehicle owners. Before you trade your transportation, let K&M Automotive give your vehicle a new lease on life with a remanufactured product from Jasper Engines and Transmissions. A Jasper remanufactured engine, transmission, or differential will extend your vehicle's life, giving you the extra cash to do the things you really enjoy. And Jasper offers a 3-year, 100,000-mile nationwide parts and labor warranty. K&M Automotive, 636-2875. That's K&M Automotive, Siegen near Perkins.
When it comes to celebrating life, there's no better place than Ruffino's. With locations in Baton Rouge and Lafayette, Ruffino's is a steak, seafood, and Italian-inspired restaurant that focuses on the celebration of life, regardless of the occasion. Whether it's the food they serve or the service they provide, their goal is to ensure a remarkable experience for their guests that is always remembered. To view our menu, visit ruffinosrestaurant.com. Ruffino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Running a business can be difficult enough without the right relationship with your bank. With United Community Bank's local business bankers, you're not just a number, you're a partner. Contact Heath Meir, Nicole Glover, Hunter Creed, David Campbell, or David Henry to discuss how we can help your business today. United Community Bank, the local way to bank big. Locations from Baton Rouge to Golden Meadow. We've been serving the people of Southern Louisiana for over 60 years. United Community Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
With all of the financial headlines, are you worried if your retirement savings will last? The market's ups and downs can keep you guessing, especially if you're approaching retirement or considering it. If you have more questions and answers about what's next, let's work together to help ensure you're prepared for your journey. After all, retirement isn't the end of the trek, it's a new beginning. Stop by your local Edward Jones advisor. Text Morris on Jefferson. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Louisiana, you've got a new home for coverage of LSU, the New Orleans Saints, and the Southeastern Conference. LouisianaSports.net. LouisianaSports.net. Feature stories, opinion columns, recruiting updates, in-game reports. And it's all free. No paywalls, no annoying pop-up ads, no recurring subscriptions. Just the content you crave. From the folks that bring you 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, it's LouisianaSports.net. Live at lunch with Ott and Hanny.
Biggest game on the slate tonight, college basketball, is Kansas and Texas Tech. Texas Tech lost as a road favorite at UCF over the weekend. Kansas had a big lead on BYU. Leaked away most of it. Got within 4 with a minute and a half.
How's that? How's that? Who's their best player?
Peterson.
He didn't play last 17 minutes.
And that's
a little funky with that injury, huh?
It reminds me kind of like Patrick Peterson. He's got like no body fat and he cramps up and he's got that calf just tightens up on him.
If you say so.
I mean, that's what they're telling me. I mean, or that's what Self said about it a couple of weeks ago. I don't know what happened Saturday.
I don't know, man. He's a possible number 1 pick, and I just don't know if he's wagging the tail. You know, the tail's wagging the dog a little bit.
Number 2, he would do that? 1 versus 2?
Thanks,
I mean, he built the lead. They didn't need him in the second half. There you go.
They got home. Thanks to Dick's House of Sport. Looking forward to our partnership here. Baton Rouge Zydeco will be here tomorrow night from 6 until 8. Free Pilates classes at the end of the month. Tomorrow we're at Doe's Eat Place. Stay tuned for Hunt Palmer on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Live at lunch.
Congratulations are in order for one of my favorite places to eat, Snow Seafood and Steaks.